Last night on MasterChef Australia.
Standing in front of me are the 10 best amateur cooks in the country.
Our chefs paired up for the invention test. And while Lucas and Justine tasted victory for Chris and Poe, Julie and Tom, it was double trouble.
I'm so not ready to go home.
Tonight, they face a pressure test.
If you aren't worried yet, you will be soon.
And this challenge of endurance and skill is unlike any they've faced before.
They're about to have a big day, there's no doubt about it.
And one of them will be eliminated.
She's so stressed, her brain has gone to mush.
For the winner of MasterChef Australia, a chance to work alongside the culinary elite, a book deal, and $100,000 to make their dreams reality.
Pressure test on this morning, people are a little sort of sad about what's happening today.
I can't say that I'm absolutely confident I'm going to get through, but I'm really philosophical about it. I'm in the bottom 4 with Tom, Julie and Chris.
Yeah, first time in the bottom 4. I don't like it. I'm still pissed off and annoyed and frustrated, same as I was yesterday.
I don't think it's a cohesive dish. So for me, I'm not a big fan.
In a restaurant, that would go back. This is a big miss.
It's absolutely weird. I don't feel like I'm ready to go, so it's a really abstract kind of concept for me.
Hey guys, good luck. See you there. Okay. This morning I've got a bad feeling about Julie.
Yep. The lucky socks.
Julie and I have decided to swap lucky socks.
Well, they worked last time. Let's hope they work this time.
Good luck. Look, I've resigned myself to the fact that I have brought Julie into the bottom 4 with me.
Unfortunately, Tom, your entree is the reason why Julie's standing here right now.
It's not her fault that we're actually in this situation.
Put on the little chef outfit of doom, and off we go. In 100% all honesty, I don't know who's going to go home. It might be me this time.
It was a bit sad, yeah, to think that one of us is leaving. I wasn't sad just for myself, but yeah, definitely for the others as well.
Poe, Chris, Julie and Tom, today is not going to be an easy day for any of you. In yesterday's invention test, you competed in pairs. Unfortunately, your attempts to make an impressive 2-course meal failed. You were judged to be the worst performers on the day. So today, you face the pressure test. You won't be competing in pairs, you'll be cooking as individuals. You'll each be given a recipe for the same dish. You'll also be given the same time limit in which to create it. The judges will taste your efforts, and the person who is deemed to have cooked the worst dish will be eliminated.
One of us isn't coming home, and that could be me. That's a bit weird.
If you aren't worried yet, you will be soon. We've dusted off the old spell book for this one. Don't underestimate it. Pay attention, because if you don't, you'll be going home. We're in the top 10, and the standards have risen.
I'm feeling quite scared because there's a little bit of a gleam in all their eyes.
We're all just thinking, what the hell is this going to be?
They're about to have a big day. There's no doubt about it.
We've brought someone, a very special guest, to reveal what you're cooking. He's worn the coat of arms on his chest and represented Australia in the World Pastry Cup.
You know, they're saying all these things, hardest dish ever.
Are you nervous?
Yes.
I am.
Yeah.
We are.
So am I.
We had to bring the expert in for this one.
You know, the special guest is coming to help because you're going to need all his help. And I'm thinking, how hard can it really be?
Please welcome Adriano Zumbo.
That's obviously not what they're going to get us to cook. We're amateur cooks. Like, no.
Welcome, Adriano, to the MasterChef kitchen. And guys, this is what you're cooking today. Croquembouche.
It was a work of art. It wasn't just food. It was quite incredible. So to come anywhere near that kind of presentation is going to be very, very tricky.
It's profiteroles that have been filled with a creme patissiere, dipped in caramel, and then built up into this beautiful little cone. And around there, Adriano's put some beautiful spun sugar. It looks like angel's hairs with little violets in there. Absolutely gorgeous.
I think you're going to see some spectacular failures today.
OK, Poe, you're the first one to taste.
Crunchiness of the caramel is beautiful. So yeah, so lots of textures going through.
And the flavours marry really well.
They
the
do, don't
vanilla
they?
and the sugar and the pastry, it's a beautiful combination.
How close do you think you can get to that?
I have no idea.
Oh, that sounds nice.
They can be thrown, you know.
How long does it take you to make that?
Hour and a half.
An hour and a half?
Yeah.
And you've been doing it for a long time?
I've been doing it for a long time, yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Ooh, crunch.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom.
I see maybe a million things that can go wrong with this.
The first thing in attacking your croquembouche, you need to make the custard. It has to cool, put it to the side. But in this process, you need a double task. You need to boil your water, your butter, and so forth for your choux pastry, so that as soon as your custard comes out, you can mix your choux pastry, mix the eggs through, and pipe and bake, get it through as quick as possible.
Not only have I never made croquembouche before, I've never made creme patisserie before, I've never made choux pastry before, I'm in a deep hole.
While you're piping, have your caramel going. It's very tough, because caramel goes like that. You must watch your caramel.
And dangerous stuff too.
Yes, always have a bowl of cold water on your bench for the fingers.
If it hits your finger, don't wipe it off, because you'll take the skin with it.
You will all have 2 hours and 15 minutes to produce a beautiful croquembouche.
How long does it take you to make that?
Hour and a half.
An hour and a half?
Yeah.
We're given 2 hours and 15 minutes. Thank you very much. Doesn't sound like a whole lot of time to me.
Because today's pressure test is so difficult, Adriano will be sticking around to answer questions and give you a bit of a hand. Everyone, I wish you the best of luck.
I think all of us standing on the balcony were like, how are they going to do this? I can't wait till this starts because it's going to be amazing to see. Yeah.
We can't wait. Have lots of fun.
Your 2 hours and 15 minutes starts now.
Hi, guys.
To make the profiteroles, you need to actually make the cream first.
The first thing I do is get the milk and the vanilla on, which is the base for the creme patissier. And I also put on the water, milk, sugar and butter for the base of the choux pastry, because that can be bubbling away while I start to work on the creme patissier.
So I start the choux pastry mixture first, which was my first mistake, because I haven't cracked the 1,000 eggs that I need for the creme patissier.
It's absolutely insane how many eggs are in this recipe. There's 16 eggs in the pastry and 330 grams of egg yolks in the custard, so heart attack on a plate, this thing.
There's a lot of eggs.
These guys are using 30 eggs and kilos of sugar and flour. My God, I would die being down there today.
There's something really therapeutic about whipping up eggs and sugar together. It's just such a lovely, homely, bakey thing to do, and it's joyful.
You've got to make sure that's very smooth, otherwise when you put the milk in, it can go lumpy.
She's doing a good job. Julie's doing a good job.
I haven't seen Chris work before because I've been down there competing against him, and he's heaps methodical.
So once it starts to thicken, like it's going to really get thick. So you have to really get in there and give it a good hard beat. So
Julie has already poured out her custard.
Is that it?
Yeah,
Take it off?
Yeah, boil on it.
So that's going to, set soon, I suppose. So I actually see Julie is moving ahead slightly in this one so far.
Poe seemed to be working the custard longer than anyone, and it was taking a while to come together.
It's like the never-ending custard.
I called down to her, you better start moving.
Poe, you've got a motor. You got a motor.
She was behind now nearly a whole process.
I got a motor, eh?
Motor.
Shit. Okay.
So I kind of realised that I was a little bit behind the others.
And things didn't get better for Poe.
With Julie, I just see that she's ahead of me. So I'm keeping an eye on it in terms of where she's at, so that if I'm not with her, at least I'm keeping up with her.
So the next thing is the choux pastry, which is a pastry for my cute little profiteroles. You've got to cook the flour before you actually beat in the eggs. And if you don't cook the flour enough, again, instead of puffing up in the oven, they just melt and puddle into like pikelets.
Jules is just amazing. She's an amazing woman.
And then knock the heat out. Once you put the eggs in it, you add the eggs, and then it'll come together like a paste. You'll be fine.
Julie is doing really well. Tom's up the back, seems to be doing fine. Chris seems to be working his pastry a lot. Suddenly, Poe's caught up to Chris.
How are we travelling? Oh, what's happening, right?
Nothing, it's just very messy.
But I think that's maybe because Poe didn't work the gluten in the dough well enough.
I don't think I cooked the mixture off enough.
You're making a nice mess of it, eh?
Yeah.
I actually hadn't cooked the mixture for very long in the pan, which means that they might not puff very well in the oven. So I just kind of go with it anyway.
You've had 1 hour. You've got 1 hour and 15 minutes left. I think you should have the choux buns in the oven already.
I feel a little nervous, but I also think, look, I've got still time to go, and at the most I need half an hour to actually have them cooked.
Mate, you're sweating. That is the first time I've seen you seriously sweat.
Yeah, I'm making a croquembouche. What do you expect? This is the most complicated dish that we've seen in this competition. So the pressure of producing that dish in this time frame is just quite nuts, really.
I had a little bit of trouble piping the choux pastry because I think, it was a little bit runny.
You're just popping them in now?
Yep.
Have you made the mixture tight enough?
I'm not sure. It looks like they're flattening out a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Hopefully they'll puff.
But they will puff up, let's hope.
Yeah, I know. I'll play. Oh my God! They're all sliding into each other.
Wouldn't worry about it.
Really?
Yeah, just pipe more.
Okay. Oh, this doesn't look good.
At this point, my heart it actually just completely sinks because I just can't believe how much I've stuffed up.
Oh my God. I'll just have to crank it.
You sure?
Yeah. Yep, because that's how they rise. So.
All right.
That's right. I mean, that's how they rise, so...
I crank up my oven to 300 to get the temperature up.
All right.
Yep.
If that's what you think you need to do, make it happen.
Yeah.
Just be careful you don't burn them at 300 degrees.
No, I'll just keep watching them.
The judges were trying to help her, she wasn't listening.
Good luck, let's hope they start puffing up.
So it really became about Poe at the stage, and everyone couldn't believe that she was falling apart.
I'm Bye-Byes.
No.
Pop some more.
Get up.
Just don't look.
Get up.
Keep
Shut
going
up.
with the rest.
This is it. I'm saying goodbye today.
Oh, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I get my choux buns out of the oven. Oh, they look like profiteroles.
Well done, Julie. Well done, Julie. Julie, give us a smile, mate. Yeah. Well done, Julie. Well done.
So now to go, I'm feeling quite in control. I've still got to put my custard into my choux buns, and I've got to dip them in the toffee, and I've got to build my tower.
I'm right above Poe, and hers look like flat little biscuits. They look wrong.
I'm just a little bit deer in headlights. I'm just really concentrating on panicking. I just lost my mind. Yeah.
This is the pressure test, and it's about how you deal with the pressure. You stuff up and you can bring it back, then the judges might commend you for that.
Poe, why aren't you doing anything?
Huh?
Why aren't you doing anything?
I'm just scattered now.
Yeah, just pull it together.
At this point, I literally think I'm gonna.
So how are your choux buns? Are they coming up?
No.
They're not coming up?
No.
Not puffing at all?
They are, but they're a weird shape and I won't be able to work with them.
Right.
Stop for 2 seconds. Have a look at me. You know how to cook. You've done it before. Remember how you got here. Don't forget how you got here. Just do it, okay? Because you can do it. We've got faith in you. Don't defeat yourself. Pick yourself up and let's go. Yeah? All right? Come on.
I end up actually putting another couple of batches into the second oven, hoping that they might turn out, but I don't think that they will.
Poe, she is stressed. She's so stressed. Her brain has gone to mush.
Ay, ay, ay.
There's something gone wrong, but what above all's gone wrong is her brain is fizzled.
Yeah.
Oh, they're better?
They're nice, Poe.
Oh, good. Shit! Shouldn't have opened my oven.
Tom, oh my God, he's like Niagara Falls.
He's a human sprinkler, George.
He is, but how do you think he's going?
Look, I think he's okay, and he's constantly referring back to his recipe sheet. He's divided that thing down into... You told them. It's exactly what he's done. He's put black pen around the bits that he needs to focus on.
Smart.
And good on him. He's made a nice custard. Choux buns, I'm not sure.
Well, the proof will be when he pulls it out of the oven.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my profiteroles and I'm a little disappointed. I knew that some of my profiteroles were in the oven a bit too long.
Chris, how about that custard?
He's doing well, isn't he? You know, he's the cleanest one out of all of them. Mr. Clean is on it again. And the choux buns, George, they're looking okay, aren't they?
Yeah, they're beautiful. You know, he's methodical, he's clean, he's neat. But you know what? It comes down to also assembling it.
Assembling this thing is very, very tricky. So as long as I stay clean and tidy and methodical, I should be able to produce something that vaguely resembles a croquembouche.
until that last minute when you pull the sleeve off that croquembouche. It's either going to stay up or it's going to fall over.
Custard. I'm just putting custard in.
Julie's got this natural panicked look about her. She's always like that, and I'm not sure whether she's in it or whether or not she's doing a really good job.
Creme pat's beautiful. The choux buns have gone into the oven and they've come out and they look absolutely gorgeous. And now it's all up to the assembly. She mucks that up and it's home time.
The second batch actually comes out quite well, so I guess I'm feeling a little bit more encouraged.
Excellent.
And I decide that if oils fails, I'll just make a really tiny one.
You have 40 minutes to go, guys.
Oh, hang on.
Then there's the caramel. That's the bit that actually scares me the most about the whole thing. For the caramel, combine water and sugar in a saucepan until it boils. Add glucose and cook until caramel in colour. Grease a cake ring and pour enough caramel to coat the base 5mm.
Great job, Julie.
This is the base for the croquembouche.
Oh,
It was stuck fast, and no matter what I did to it, the damn thing wouldn't budge.
You've got less than 15 minutes to go. You should be assembling your croquembouche right now.
My toffee is stuck. Put it in the freezer to try and keep the heat out of it. It's 15 minutes to go and I have to assemble this thing now. I've got a giant metal cone. I've oiled the inside of it, so hopefully this thing won't stick to it. And now I've just got to dip these profiteroles in caramel to glue them together and put them inside.
Dipping the buns into the toffee was tricky, slightly dangerous.
If you get it on your skin, it's actually quite painful.
Oh!
I'd be extremely disappointed if I am eliminated because I think there's actually far worse cooks in this competition than I am.
I know what it takes to win. I just got to calm down and do it.
I'm burning myself a lot with the sugar, but I didn't really care because I was just cooking for my life, literally.
It's colder out here and I need this to cool down because I want it to come out of the cone all in one piece. But I don't know how long we've got.
You got 5 minutes to go now, guys.
It's 5 minutes. Holy vey.
I'm really, really nervous about turning this cone upside down. It's really like the make or break moment.
Here we go, he's got his base.
Coming up. Get your base.
That's what I'm talking about.
Pose pulled off this incredible creation.
I don't know where Poe just pulled that from. Seriously.
I had a little bit of a disaster with the unmoulding. Mine's broken at the bottom and it started to fall over. Can somebody give me a hand? Poe,
Yes.
can you just put that cone back on my croquembouche?
Yeah.
Thank you. And lean it over.
What?
Just lean it towards. And I had to remould it. Just lean the whole thing towards
Yep,
you.
yep.
So I could fix it up with some more caramel and then hopefully unmould it again. So I was really, really panicking that this thing was just going to screw up in my face.
Oh, shit, that was bad.
I lift up the cone.
Oh. Todd.
Shit.
And there's my disaster.
What happened there?
Only half came out.
You've got a couple of minutes to go, guys. A couple of minutes to go.
I might lose because of this.
Oh, come on. Oh, God.
Go on, Julie, stick with it.
Oh, Tom, beautiful. Look at that.
Actually, I think I've made the tallest Croquembouche.
Look at that.
It's collapsed on the side.
Guys, 1 minute to go.
It was just, total chaos.
Ah! Oh, not again.
Shut up.
Okay, guys, that's it. Your time's up. Tools down.
Well done.
The four up for the pressure test today have been admired and respected by majority of the contestants that have come through this competition. So one of them leaving is a big thing.
It does dawn on me that someone has to go home. It could be me, Tom, Julie, or Chris.
It's my turn to take my dish into the judges. My Croquembouche is starting to slump on one side.
It's all right, mate.
Yep. And it may actually collapse in front of the judges.
Tom, what happened?
When I actually took it out of the mould, it actually sat up okay.
Yeah.
And then it's slowly starting to slump on one side.
How do you feel you went?
Look, I'm disappointed because the unevenness of the profiteroles, but I'm happy with the caramel, but I actually ran out of the caramel at the very end to actually do the spun sugar as well.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
It's very, very hard for a first-timer to do a croquembouche. This is a tough ask, and it's a shame that he's turned it out and it hasn't quite worked as it should have done.
Yeah.
It's light and dark. That means the profiteroles are almost overcooked and slightly burnt on this side. This could taste awesome. Let's dig in. They actually don't taste bad. Because the filling is sweet, the custard itself is really nice. He's done a really good job, but not an exceptional job.
In terms of flavour, nice. You know, OK, the presentation isn't quite there. It's leaning, and he hasn't finished it with the spun sugar. He did let himself down a little bit with the colour of some of those profiteroles.
Yeah. Now it's my turn. The judges said the final dish should look or resemble a ballerina. Mine looked like a ballerina with a bit of a limp, I think, because the bottom was a bit funny.
Chris, there's a little bit of a kink to the side.
I said the bottom three profiteroles on one side just gave in a little bit too much. Yeah, I had to prop it up with a bit of toffee.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
OK. How do you think you went?
Pretty well. I'm really happy with the taste.
Thank you, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
It's all up to them. My fate is about to be sealed.
He's managed to spin some sugar. He's managed to even put these little sugar beads on there, so to speak. It looks a little bit like a ballerina. Shall we taste?
Yeah. At least the caramel's crisp. That's it. It's really nice, actually. But the profiteroles are underbaked. They're a little bit doughy. The custard's excellent, really nice, smooth, creamy, vanilla. The caramel's a touch light, but it's still crisp and crunchy. And I think for a man that doesn't cook desserts, that's pretty damn good.
For me, the profiteroles aren't crispy enough. They're just a bit droopy. They're a bit soggy.
Yeah, he was overly cautious, wasn't he?
Overly.
It's my turn to take my croquembouche to the judges. I think they will have a go at me for giving up so early on in the game.
Just do it. Pick yourself up and let's go. Yeah? All right?
Po, how do you feel? What a huge day for you.
It's been a bit of an emotional roller coaster for me today. I managed to still plate up the croquembouche. I don't know how I did it, but...
Did you nearly give up?
I did nearly give up. When you really try and put your heart into something and it doesn't turn out, yeah, it's really upsetting.
I don't know why it affects me so much, but I guess it shows how much I really do love cooking and how much it does come from my heart.
Look at your hands. Oh, my goodness. Have you burnt them all?
I have burnt all these fingertips and, yeah, just a few of these from doing the spinning.
OK, take your burnt fingers and let us taste this croquembouche. Go on, off you go. Thanks, Po.
I'm cooking for my life in this challenge. For me to fail in this is terrible.
She's done a fabulous job of the spun sugar and these lovely little flowers placed all evenly over the croquembouche.
Shall we taste?
Yeah. There we go. Caramel is absolutely bang on. It's crisp, it's crunchy and perfect toffee flavour. The custard is really good. I reckon that's the best custard I've tasted so far. The profiteroles, surprisingly, and I'm looking for a problem in terms of having seen the first batch that have gone into the oven and knowing they weren't right. These are much better.
Wow, for someone that was just about to throw the towel in, you know, the creme patissiere is delicious. I love the colour of the profiteroles. If that was put in front of me at a wedding...
You'd be pretty impressed, wouldn't you?
I'd be pretty impressed, and I wouldn't know what happened back in the kitchen.
Based on looks alone, compared to the other three, I'm really disappointed with how mine looks.
Julie, how you feeling?
I think the first one I put toffee on and it stuck and it held a few more in there with it, and so that destroyed the top of it. And I think I may have put a little bit too much toffee on the profiteroles, so they might be a bit hard to eat.
We'll speak to you later.
Thanks.
Thanks, Julie.
I actually feel pretty vulnerable at this point.
Look, I think it's got to taste fabulous if we're going to get over the fact that she did have a major error at the end and broke the top of the croquembouche.
Well, let's hope it tastes great.
Yep.
Gary, go back in for seconds.
Look, we know what happened, but you know what? Those profiteroles are absolutely bang on. They are light, fluffy, marshmallow-like in how they've risen. The only letdown is that it's short, it's missing its top. But it tastes absolutely bloody sensational.
That is spot on. I know qualified chefs that would struggle to do these. Are fantastic. The presentation is a little bit lack, but she just pulls it through with the flavour.
Yeah.
And for me, that means a lot.
People are getting emotional waiting in the room, and the reality of elimination is actually hit.
I think we know that we've got two that have done really well today.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think we've got two that have made some mistakes.
Yeah, totally.
And we've got to make a decision about who goes home today.
Yeah.
We get that horrible sinking feeling that one of us is going home.
Four of you sitting in front of us today are possibly the best cooks in this competition. You got through to the top 10. You've done exceptionally well, and yet One of you is going home today.
This is actually the first time I've faced a pressure test. I didn't realise how horrible it was. I didn't understand what the other guys who'd done it before were going through. And that pressure's just ridiculous. I don't wish it on anybody.
Tom, the creme pâtissière had a fantastic flavour. Tasted of vanilla as it should. And the caramel that you put on the croquembouche was crispy, crunchy, had an excellent colour. You were just let down by the profiteroles. Some were overcooked. In the invention test, Tom, you were given the task with Julie to prepare a 2-course meal.
An uninspiring dish, Tom. Sorry to say.
Great dish, really enjoy it.
Thank you.
Your entree is the reason why Julie's standing here right now.
The entree, which you were looking after, didn't work.
No.
If Julie goes home today, how will that make you feel?
Look, it's a hard question.
I'm just going through your mind, Tom.
That if she does go, it is because of me. So...
Chris, good presentation, even though it looked like it might slightly lean. It was a good job. The caramel was too light, and the profiteroles were slightly undercooked.
Chris, how would it make you feel if you left those doors today?
I'd be gutted. For me to walk out those doors because of one screw-up in an invention test would be just gutting.
If I come to your beer bar, Chris, and I'm presented with that, I'm going, rip off.
It'd take me quite a long time to get over it, I think. I spoke from the heart. I think I made them realise how much I love food.
Poe, what a disaster to start with, but you redeemed yourself. Caramel is absolutely bang on. It's crisp, it's crunchy, and perfect toffee flavour.
Wow, for someone that was just about to throw the towel in.
I wouldn't have known that there was anything wrong, and your presentation was top-notch. Julie, the profiteroles were close to perfect. Those profiteroles are absolutely bang on. What let you down was the fact, and you couldn't get the croquembouche out of the mould, and that's a shame. One of the 4 of you could be Australia's first MasterChef. But for one of you, the dream is about to end. Poe? You're still in the competition.
The first name to get called out was my name. It was huge, huge amount of relief I felt.
Thanks, Carrie.
We're both really proud of you. And today, there was that moment where I thought, oh no, she's going to throw it in, but you just pulled it through, and that's fighting spirit. Well done.
Thanks, John.
Julie, you're through to the next round. Julie, you made great profiteroles.
Thank you. I'm so thrilled to be moving forward. I can't believe that Chris or Tom are going to be going home.
Chris, Tom, it's now down to you two.
The reality of what is about to happen is just set in. One of us is going home.
Chris? You're still in the competition. Tom, you're out.
Thank you. It's been fantastic. I've learnt a lot. I've definitely learnt how to cook. I've learnt a lot of stuff from you guys, which I thank you both very much for.
What are you going to miss most?
Julie. And the friendship that we've developed especially.
I think the competition is poorer for you leaving. Tom is the person I have a connection with more than anyone in the house. So, yeah, I guess I'll feel his absence more than I would feel anybody else's. And I know that I've found a friend that I'll have for the rest of my life.
Tom, it's time to leave the MasterChef kitchen.
Pleasure. Don't miss him. Thanks, Chris. It's really, really difficult to see Tom go and say goodbye to him.
I think Tom's really going to be missed in the competition. He's been a really consistent performer and he's a complete gentleman in the house.
See you guys. I'm definitely going to continue with this love affair with food. It's going to be part of my life. It always will be. I'm sad that I am leaving. I'm disappointed. The dreams come to an end, but I'm completely philosophical about my future. I think MasterChef is such a great opportunity to develop as a person and as a chef. It's been a long time. It's great being back. MasterChef has been a very sort of life-changing experience. Just being around people where you actually talk about food, you cook, and it's all about food. That has shown maybe this is something I should think about pursuing, a food industry career. Love a drink. This experience has been fantastic. It's one that I wouldn't have missed at all.
Tomorrow night on MasterChef Australia.
Do I think Lucas can win this? Gut says no, heart says yes.
Lucas goes head-to-head with Surfing the Menu's Ben O'Donoghue.
And you ready for it? Ready to go. Good.
Will the amateur have what it takes to beat the pro at his own signature dish?
So you think you could reproduce that? I'll give it a crack.
At stake, the chance to be fast-tracked to the final week of the competition.
I'm really, really worried that he's not even going to get to plate out.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh.